Hey everybody, sorry it took me a minute or two after. I had to red pill my brother on something. It was really quite fun. But anyway, I didn't pin the right message. Sorry Sam, I noticed as soon as I got back. You know, sometimes nothing we do goes right. I don't know what it is. Some days are like that. But at any rate, here we all are. Come on. Change. There we go. So how have you all been? Hey, Sam. Hey, Emily Sword. Hey, Snux. Hey, Pancho. Hey, Gato I can't pronounce that letter. How do you pronounce that? Gato Sia? Please tell me what language that's from. I have no idea. It's not something I'm used to seeing in English. Hey, Pancho, how have you been? I got new music, finally. Weird French C. Yeah, but like it's got to be pronounced a special way, right? Is it sa or is it ka? Apple cat is gato maquia in Portuguese. Ah, it's Portuguese. I thought that was kind of like a English romance language adjacent. Well, I guess it is a romance language. But yeah, I had a feeling it was in that neighborhood. Spain, Portugal, Italy, somewhere in there. But anyway, okay, just had your second lag death, even worse than the first one. Now Silver is lecturing you. Silver does that a lot, I've noticed. It's not a trait that I remember fondly, but oh well. You kind of just have to deal with it. Tell him to shut up if he's getting, like, really annoying. That's what we used to have to do. Today was the last day of the semester. Ooh. Well, rip in peace, Poncho Hamster's social life. I guess you'll have to wait until sometime after the beginning of the year. Whenever that is, I don't know. What were you doing, Sam? That was so deadly. I think the face of this cat is funny, so it's okay. I can't see it. Oh, it's that image. Okay, yeah, I've seen that. That's like a famous, I don't know, joke? Gag image? Something like that. Oh well. Okay, I'm gonna cover all this up. Yes, you're sad, but at the same time, you're excited for the future. Well, that's the way to be. Every new day is a new step toward the next day. Every day is the first day of the rest of your life. Yes, I'm smart. I came up with that one on my own. Hey, Void Shadow, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Just remember, guys, every day is the last day of the rest of your life. Or something like that. I fucking forget. Ta was blown up by a ghast. Ooh, rip. What was Ta doing to be blown up by a guest? I guess he wasn't very friendly. Or I guessed he wasn't very friendly. I fucked that up. Like I said, some days everything you do is just... It's gonna fuck up and not work. The C has the sound of an S. Okay, I thought so. So that's gato masa. I'm so used to Japanese. I can't pronounce like French, Spanish, Portuguese, all the weird oddities of the Romance languages. I'm so into Japanese. I'm not like used to dealing with non-Japanese pretty much. Oh well. You were mining a perimeter yesterday, logged on the nether, see mobs walking slowly, so logged off, relog and about half health. Damn. Yeah, you must have been lagged by a something serious. Oh fuck. Undo. There we go. Stack that without air. Okay. Yeah, that works. You rubber banded while trying to fly and got blown up. Oh. What is it with the lag lately? I keep hearing more and more about lag deaths. I gotta wonder, is there some sort of, like, concurrent issue, or is it just people's internet? Hey, Mauricio Diaz, thank you for coming. Finally made it. Okay. So we got about, what, 9, 10 people? We're getting there. I will wait another 5 minutes before we swap over to the last hour of the Digcast. But at any rate, it's pronounced Gato Maza. Well, now, he said it sounds like an S, not a Z. That is a completely different thing. If you could write it in katakana for me, I'd be able to understand. But then you don't even know what katakana is, do you, Pancho? Oh well. Like I said, I'm so into Japanese, other languages baffle me. Other than English. Although some days even that's kind of spotty. Alrighty, what was I going to put on this central part? I kind of want to make like another sort of like ring around it just to, I don't know, decorate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's no middle. Or well, there's a 2-block middle. Whatever, I'll fucking take it. Like V and B. Elytra rubber banding on fan servers, Andrew's plugin issue, not lag. Ah, no wonder. Then I guess it's just unfortunate. Oh well. Gracias. Okay, I see now. That's how you meant. Or that's how you're meant to pronounce it. I prefer just apple cat, but sure. Okay, that's not terrible. The Z and S sound... No, Z and S do not sound the same. S versus Z. They're not the same, mate. 7,000 millisecond? What, your ping or something else? That's like insane. Katakana is funny. Yes, it is, but I like it. Which is weird because normally foreigners hate katakana. So I don't know. I often find myself liking things people don't like. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot a beacon. There. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, Riolani. How are you? It's not the same, guys. ZS is very different. Just say Apple Cat. Okay, yeah. Probably for the best that I just say it that way. I will not argue any further. This is not something I can really, like, speak about all that well. When you could check, you had 7,000 millisecond ping. Once it calmed down, it was 3. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a you issue, Sam. I don't know what happened with that. But I'm sorry to hear that your lag died. Some days you just can't catch a break, you know? On days like those, you're better off just not stepping out of bed. Because if you do, the world will make sure you regret it. Oh, that looks like a pee-pee. I got to change that. There we go. Give it a nice little cubby here. Perfect. Hey, Stone Cold Killer, how are you? I got 8,000 ping, not to flex. I don't know that that's, like, good. That isn't something I would ever want to have. Not necessarily a flex. I'm sure I've had something like that. Gotcha Matcha Apple Cat Ringo Neko. Yeah. Chat pomme gatto delle pomele. Yeah, I see what you mean. You learned Japanese for a while and found katakana and its applications hilarious, like wasei ego. Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of weird katakana loan words that are just like, what the hell were you people thinking? Like, that's not even how it's normally said, but, you know. That's just kind of the weird oddity of the languages. Okay. So I think on this back wall here, so I'll make like a little lounge type thing here, with just like some chairs to sit in. I don't know, something like this. And then little bar, some kind right here. Maybe cut it out to like right there. And then, oh, I know. A flower pot with, let's see here, dead bush for roots, azalea stuff for just like general decorative purposes. I'll put a flowering azalea there just to make it look good. And then maybe like, what should I put here? Maybe a banner of some kind? No. We'll put little thing here like it's a oh fuck, that displaces that. I'll put something there to make it seem like it's a like it's a laptop. Yeah, just like that. And then I'll put like where did I last put those? Ender chest. Yeah, this map right there. That's my my default laptop screen. This is sort of like a screensaver, I guess. I don't know. Fun fact, I originally was going to plaster this everywhere on Space Valk 3 way back in early 2017, and I went through the trouble of mapping it out on 2B2T. And the day after I completed my big painting gallery, because map art, you know, that was very popular back then. The day after I did that was the very first time all the map arts were totally overwritten, and so I lost it to the sands of time. And I could have gone back and remade it, but I didn't have the heart. It was too painful, you know. This will sort of be like a computer of some kind. I don't know. We'll go from there. But yeah, that was a bad time. Funny, but also kind of unfortunate. But at any rate, okay. Now then, let's see here. Let's get back to where we were yesterday. So I'm gonna nix the music. Okay, so we are reacting to the Digcast where I was interviewed yesterday. So we got one more hour, pretty much. So that shouldn't be too bad. We duplicated. There we go. An entire double chest full of shulker boxes. Let me find a spot where I can like make sense of where we. And this one, I don't even know where we are. Replica only took 6 months to make this time. Okay, so I'm talking about Space Valk 3. Okay, that's where we are. By October of 2018, I'm looking at a perfect replica of Space Valk 3. Only this time, I didn't fuck up the arms, and I managed to successfully make Rainbow Road, that middle tube ring. I made the arms match up properly, and I'm like, I did it right. Oh god, what did I not do right at the old one? And I thought, well, you know, the copy or the original can just stay there. The copy is the one that we'll keep building on. That's the one that it will make awesome. And then not a fucking second later, I run out of all of my building materials that I duplicated during the 1.12 crafting dupe. all of the copy was possible because of the 1.12 crafting dupe. And I ran out of materials.
Good shit.
October 18th, 2020 or 2018. And I'm like, Alpha, I don't have anything. I have no more materials to make Space Valk 3 with. What the fuck do we do? We'd moved everything by this point. There just were no stashes anymore. And he's like, well, you could always break down the original site and move all those items painstakingly to the copy. And I'm like, well, yeah, I could do that, but I want to leave the original site up as a decoy. And he's like, well, you know, what can you do? Like, I can't help you there. Like,
I mean, surely though, by this point, obviously you're kind of, you know, you're one of those 2B2T legends, right? Like, all the new players know your name. You could get a fucking stash. You could get someone to help you fund materials for the project. Like, that wouldn't be a problem.
No, it wouldn't be a problem. But the reason I didn't want to do that was precisely because Jacktherippa is requesting a large amount of items.
That puts a target on your head.
What do you think? And I already had people, I was playing on my main at this time, by the way. I already had people just whispering me out of the blue, are you the real Jacktherippa? And I'm like, well, yeah, I am. Sometimes I tell them no, sometimes I tell them yes. But I'm a very open person. I just talk to whoever. Yeah. I don't give a shit. I enjoy talking to people. Yeah, some of them could be annoying, but, you know, wasn't the end of the world. And so I was like, all right, you know, whatever. But again, Jacktherippa is requesting a lot of items. What do you think that implies? And so I'm like, I want to lay as low as possible, at least in as far as what I'm doing. Being on the server is one thing. I didn't yet know that even being on the server was a problem. Now, what else was going on at this time in about mid to late 2018? What else was getting started that would one day crack the server wide open?
What, NoCom?
NoCom. Yeah. You hit it right on the head. NoCom was starting up at this point. But again, we didn't know that. We had no way to know that. And so I'm like, okay, well, you know, if I start ordering, for example, if I start ordering from the shulker box shops or whatever, word's gonna get out that someone's...
Yeah, honey, I even talked to you. Uh-huh. You're all worth talking to, really. I mean, is that such a bad thing?
Jack is up to something. And so I want to lay as low as possible. Just keep a low profile. I don't mind if people see me online. I just don't want them knowing what I'm doing. I mean, obviously I'm building a base, but I don't want them to know what that base is. And not a second later, the chunk dupe happens. And the chunk dupe, I contest to this day, the chunk dupe is the strongest duplication exploit 2B2T has ever seen. No dupe. I don't even think it's possible going forward, even if 2B2T ever does update. I don't think it's possible to ever power creep how unbelievably absurd the chunk dupe was.
I mean, we're still all living on the chunk dupe items to this day. Really.
Exactly.
Yep.
And so I completed the copy. And now the chunk dupe is here. And I'm like, Alpha, we've got an ass ton of items. We have this dupe stash here. Let me find a picture of it. I forget how long it took us to make. It was large.
Trump's wall.
Ah, here we go. It. Okay. Again, hopefully it doesn't kick me. I'll send no more than 4. We duplicated an entire double chest full of shulker boxes of every single unique item in the game. A double chest of shulkers of snowballs, a double chest of shulkers of snow blocks, a double chest of everything. We did exactly 200 double chests of shulker boxes of quartz. Bloody everything. TNT.
I've never heard about this.
This dash. You can see the up there. You can see the tube of Rainbow Road. You can see where we were living up there at that time. You can see this absurd row of double chests. We called that Trump's Wall.
I loved it.
It was so fucking funny. And it was so cool because we had a double chest of every item in the game. Of shulker boxes full
I
of
miss
it.
Trump's
We
wall
were so
so
set
bad.
at that time, we thought we were living large. We were on top of the world. And it's at this time that, and I'm going to give you some screenshots that are going to start looking really, really, really familiar. If you saw Fitt's video that he made in 2019 on Space Valk 3. And again, I'm going to try to not go over the too many screenshots. You must be spamming limit. And yeah, this is the time where we have an ass ton of items, an unbelievable wealth. And it's at this time where I'm like, okay, the original site can just be the decoy. It can just be empty. I don't care. The third site, the copy, that's the place we are going to continue on and make amazing.
The stash was at the copy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's where all our items are.
Yeah,
That's what we need to propel Space Valk 3 to even greater heights.
And it's the copy that has the completed Rainbow Road with the fucking
Right.
it all lining up and shit. Yeah.
Right. And so this is
so
where I
sad.
start developing the rings.
It's so sad to think about all the
And
loss.
this is where it's shortly after I complete the rings and I make it all look good. The rings go all the way around. Every sector is filled. Or not filled, but like I can start to fill in each sector. And the next thing I know, let me find it. This is the day
Yeah, I was finding the day we were
before.
briefed.
May the 6th, 2019. It's all pristine. It's beautiful. We got our giant stash. All of that. And this is May
Very next day, May the
the
7th.
10th.
Or no, yeah, it was,
Just a few days later.
yeah. We were griefed on like the 8th or something like that.
And you probably know what this is. The grief of Space Valk 3.
Ah.
Yeah, it hurts.
Ouch. Yeah.
And the entirety of all the stash, Trump's wall, all of it, obliterated.
Yeah. So
Nothing left.
they found the cause from NOCOM then.
They got it via NOCOM, yep.
Yeah. Because I swear at the time they used some bullshit excuse like you died in the end, and then they used God mode to like just watch
Right.
you. Yeah.
But there's a silver lining to all this.
Oh, hey, Silver.
So first of all, that May the 6th, 2019 screenshot, I took that screenshot. I don't know what it is. People are weird. We have a sort of instinctual feeling about ourselves. When I got done on May the 6th, 2019, I got done making all the rings go all the way around. And this is the shape that it was in when Fit did his video on it.
Yep.
I just got this feeling. I don't know what it was.
Just that eerie picture.
Nothing was out of place. No blocks were touched. There was nothing to innately tell me someone's here that shouldn't be. I just got this feeling in the back of my head. This little voice that just said, Jack,
Save everything.
take a world download.
Save it.
Jack,
You will regret
you've come
it if you
so
don't.
far. You've done so much. Do yourself a favor and save it. And so I walked around the whole thing and quickly, world downloaded it and saved it. And I just thought, okay, well, that's cool. The very next day, I come home from work and I see Tristan in chat. I just placed one TNT. I just placed one TNT.
Oh boy.
And remember, this is Jared's month of May.
Yeah.
Him.
He's-
And so I'm thinking, they're probably griefing someone's base. Oh. God,
My
that would be
base.
terrible. Wouldn't it be funny if... And so I'm on, when I log in after getting home from work, I'm out on like the edge of one of these rings, filling in a sector. And I see Tristan's spam, in chat. And I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if... No, it couldn't be. And so I start walking back toward the central pillar.
And I get into Rainbow Road and I see TNT. A TNT line. And my heart sinks and I'm like, no, this has to be a prank. No, this can't be real.
Alpha's messing with me.
Because you could do this back then. You could remember when you could speed hack on not on horses but on foot.
On ground, yeah.
On ground speed hack. And so I'm just like okay, let me follow this TNT. Where does it go? Maybe a base mate is pranking. Because Alpha did shit like that. Alpha would play with me. Alpha would screw with me. And I would just, if it was a prank, we could just laugh it off and just be whatever. I wasn't going to get mad, none of that. And I speed hack in the wrong direction and run headfirst into Tristan, Jared, Clyde, Brenillan, and Frickin'.
Damn.
And so I'm like, oh fuck. How do I defeat them in a 5v1? And the answer, of course, is you don't.
Yeah, you can't win a 5v1.
And this is basically the end of the copy, the third site of Space Valks 3. And I was like, there's no way in hell they still have stuff from way back when, 2016. And that they still have their back door. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna see the extent of just how bad things really are. So I end up dying to their fight. Because it's a 5v1. How the fuck do you win that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I still have an alt logged off near the second site. The original where we built everything, where things went wrong. If they've got a back door, they will have found that and likely already griefed it.
So in your head, you were thinking, oh shit, they might have another back door.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Because, every time they've showed up at my base and griefed me, they've had a back door.
Yeah.
It's only happened twice, but it's very weird that it's happened more than once.
For sure.
And so, I'm like, okay, surely everything is okay. Surely I may just be overreacting. Maybe 2v2t is not that far gone. And I log in and go to the second site. They're busy destroying the third site. They're still going. Their spam is still going. And I get onto an account they don't know about. And I'm like, okay, have they ruined everything? And the pristine second site comes into view. It's untouched. And I'm like, oh my God, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. This place is completely fine. They had no clue that this even existed. And so entirely because, he was at the grief. He was on a barcode account.
The base so nice, I built
Tristan.
it twice.
Tristan was on Tristan, I want to say, or he was on another. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who was who. I knew who they were. It didn't matter who was on what account. Anyway, so they were going wild, doing their thing. And I'm just like, oh my God, I have somehow managed to, despite the odds, keep a base alive and secret without the nerds having any clue. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I cannot be online. They cannot know I'm here. I've got to retreat to a secret alt. No one can know who I am. I've got to go underground, go into hiding, whatever. Witness protection program, that kind of thing. Because they've got something. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they're doing it, but they've got something. I'm not stupid. This is too easy, too coincidental, too much of a convenient patsy. They always say the same shit. Like, you're dreaming, you're delusional, they did this, they did that. They somehow did something and that's how they got your coords. It's never actually, we have an incredibly sophisticated system to suss out everyone's coords. They're not going to admit that. But they very obviously have something. And anyone with half a brain, even people like Zero Neb, even people who are just paying any bit of attention are going to go, something's weird. These people have more than they are letting on.
Would they have recognized the alt account you were on, the second site?
Nope. No.
No, okay.
I made absolutely certain that was an account no one knew about.
Okay, cool.
And to this day, that account is still a secret.
Nice.
And so I'm just like, okay, I can go back to the second site, keep building on it. Now I've lost my whole stash. I've got nothing. The second site is empty. We moved everything. because the second site was supposed to be the decoy that was going to be blown up, not the other way around. And so I'm like, okay, I've lost my entire giant stash from the best duplication ever. Great, what do we do? Yeah, I've still got a base, but no means of advancing it. And that's when Silver Crown King logs in at the third site. He, of course, heard about the grief. The nerds have moved on by this point. They left. Third site's in shambles. And Silver's running around surveying the damage. And what do you know? One
donkey.
itty bitty lone donkey is missed and is safe and secured. And Silver tells me, and I quickly build a bridge, because again, Elytra are not enabled. I build a bridge from the second site to the third site and quickly ferry that motherfucker to safety at the second site. Because Sculler G tells me about Entity God mode. Of course, we know that that's how the nerds got there. They got on pigs, got into Entity God mode, and then just no-clipped their asses all the way there. That's how they got out there. Well, everybody else who will have heard about the Space Valk 3 grief are going to do the same thing. So time is of the essence. We got to get this donkey to safety. And so in a day, I get that fucker to safety at the second site, destroy the bridge, and the third site is now just a graveyard. And I also found out that with Entity God mode, you can duplicate the animal that you're riding. Which means that we can duplicate the donkey's inventory. Which means not only was Entity God mode a means of being both invincible and traveling wherever the hell you wanted, you could also duplicate items. It was a 3-in-1, like, Swiss Army knife of duplication exploits.
Yeah,
It's like, fun. It was everything.
Yes.
Honestly, had we not just come off of the chunk dupe a few months earlier, I would have proposed Entity God mode be the strongest dupe in history. But then again, I guess the chunk dupe would have been found eventually, and that would have displaced it. Yeah. But Entity God mode is definitely in second place. Like, Entity God mode did everything. Everything. It was a travel exploit, it was invincibility, it was duplication. Like, what more do you want? It was the trifecta of base breed. Yeah, it was PvPing, it was base building, and it was griefing. All in one go.
Yep.
It was anything you could want it to be.
The 3 axes of Minecraft.
And it was amazing. And so this is how we basically duplicated it up. We didn't quite duplicate up Trump's wall worth of items, but we got enough stuff under our belt to get the progression back going. And so by the end of...
You can tell at this point I'm running out of steam. We're on hour 2.5, almost hour 3. Like, yeah, it's not a wonder I had to cancel streaming later that evening. But damn, it was so much fun.
2019, I've got this much going. And this is where I've kind of started planning... Oh, wait, that's an old stash. That place is gone. Don't worry about it. It's been destroyed.
Sure.
So, yeah,
Actually, the irony is the screenshot that I just sent him on accident, it was of a stash that was at that time not compromised. And I was like, oh, shit, I've still actually kind of got a stash out there, huh? I forgot about that one. And then some dude on the Reddit sent me, like... I don't know, it's been a while. He sent me a picture of it, and he's like, Jack, is this yours? I found it near Space Valk 3, and I'm like, ah, shit, you found it. Oh, well. And so, yeah, I did actually have, like, 2 or 3 stashes in the vicinity of Space Valk 3 that did not get found until a good 2 to 3 years later. And a lot of those are all still being found to this day. So, like, if you find a Space Valk 3 adjacent stash, have at it. I don't give a shit. I don't play 2B2T. You all, do whatever you like with that.
See, I'm using Schematica here, and you can see... Oh, excuse me. You can see all of the planned stuff for the disc.
It's all that.
And just, like, all of that, yeah. How I was going to fill it all in. And then by February, I was, 2020. I was, doing this.
Did you have to completely remove the ring that was there before that didn't line up to make a new one? Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus.
Everything was off by 1 block. All of it.
Oh, I know.
I had to dismantle all of it. And thank God we had a dupe. Oh my God, if that hadn't happened, this would not have happened. And so I was able to, through the course of the next several months, make what I call the disc. And this was where I was going to build that city my mod friend told me about, or rather hinted at.
All those years ago. Yeah.
All those years ago, that city never left my mind. I wanted to make a giant fucking city.
And I'd like to think I've been able to make it.
And so eventually, I completed the disc, and this is the pattern that is on the disc surface. And this was on 2B2T. This was all legitimately done there.
Fuck,
And
that was huge, yeah.
that was May the 5th, 2020. And
right
May
before
the 7th,
Right before the Turks.
2020, I had my finals for courses that I was taking in college. And I had a very nasty rude awakening. Jack, wake up. Somebody found us. And I'm like, oh my God, no, not again. This time, it was a group of Turkish streamers who were basically, you know, enamored with 2B2T. And they were like, yeah, you must be Jacktherippa. Or no, you must be a knockoff Jacktherippa. You can't be the real guy. We're going to sell your cords on the Reddit. And I was like, no, you fucking idiots. I'm really Jacktherippa. And then I'm just like... And then when we finally convinced them, because they did at least listen to reason and get, you know, they did actually understand I was Jacktherippa. By that time, they'd already put our cords and shit out on the Reddit. They just deleted the Reddit threads, but it was too late. People already knew about it. It was over. That was the end of it. And so I had a world download of it more complete, with the disc being fully intact. And I was okay, but then I was like, you know, people are going to show up here. People are going to know. They're going to start poking around. Because again, chunk finding is a thing. That's the end of it.
The hell?
Yo. You alright?
He's like somebody came into his room. What? That was unexpected. Okay. Very strange. I was just kind of left in the dark this whole time. I didn't realize this was gonna make it into his recording. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, they tried to sell the cords, but said it was near the grief point. Yeah, they gave away enough information that you could just figure out where it was. Like, you didn't even need to buy their stupid cords. That's how bad it was. Like, if you're going to find a base and you're going to try and sell it, like, just don't. That's subhuman behavior. Be better than that. So many people do stupid shit like that, and they just, like, they burn all bridges.
Sorry about that. One of my flatmates wanted something. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
Also, reconnect, by the way, because you're off the server.
Ah, damn it.
Cheers.
Okay. So, let's see now. So yeah, the Turks found us at this time. And they were stupid. They were just absolutely stupid. They basically sold us out for nothing. And it ended up just being, I was so done with 2B2T. And then at this time, about May going into June 2020, I'm looking over to my right and I'm seeing Modern Minecraft and it's 1.16. Yeah. And I'm like, gee, that looks really nice right about now. And so I'm like, okay,
1.16
I'll give
was
2B2T
amazing.
a chance. If it updates, cool. If not, because see, up until 1.16, the problem was predominantly that there was no stability to 1.13, 14, and 15. Well, I was looking at 1.16 very closely. Mojang overhauled a lot of things and streamlined a lot of things. Maybe this is enough to get it to be stable, and thus we can update. Maybe we can go somewhere.
Nope.
And it ended up that didn't happen at all.
Yep.
I still can't believe, like, legit, we have had 4 or 5 testing server phases. Like, we had a 1.16 server, testing server, then we had a 1.17, and then a 1.18. Now we just wrapped up 1.19. So, like, when are we going to do this, House? What is the deal? Like, it's just so dumb. Do something. Like, make your mind up. God damn.
And
so you were just like,
it just never happened.
Yeah.
Like, I kept hoping, and I kept hoping throughout 2020 and 2021. I just kept hoping.
Was this all the while you'd moved on to your own server?
Yeah, all the while I had moved on to streaming and content creation, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 2B2T is just not, I can't do anything on there, I can't show who I am. Obviously, NoCom eventually came out that was a thing. I don't know that that's still not a thing. There's all these accusations of people having power and control over the server, and I'm just like, I don't want any of that. Fuck that noise. Yeah. I would rather just play in hardcore, stream creative mode, and just
not worry.
Do my own thing, and just not worry about it. Like, I don't gotta worry about it. And that was that.
Yeah. Okay, so what are you up to nowadays? Explain, because obviously you stream, you build, like, are you still building Space Valk 3 in a single player?
We are on episode 100 and, what are we on? 170, I wrote it in Roman numerals for some silly reason.
188.
Okay, we are on 173 today. So I'm projected to get to episode 200 on January the 30th.
Wow. And do you stream, like, every day, or what?
Every Monday and Wednesday.
Right, okay.
So yeah, it's a long, continuous, ongoing process.
Well, come on, show me some screenshots. Yeah. What's the base looking like nowadays on your own server?
Oh my god. Oh man. So I've gone fully into that city motif. So I mean, obviously all the central stuff is done. Let me pull up some really good screenshots, because I've had to make thumbnails and stuff over the years. It's coming up on my 2nd year anniversary of streaming now.
Wow. And you've done well. You've built up like 13,000 subscribers, right?
Yeah. I've been trying to really, like,
that's awesome.
Make things work for me, because 2B2T is okay, but honestly, I don't think, unless you're FitMC, you can't really do anything on 2B2T, you know?
Do you think there'll ever be a point in the future where you do finally fulfill your dreams of building a city in the end on 2B?
Not likely, because 2B2T doesn't seem like it's ever going to be
if it were to update.
Play on. If it were to update, I could maybe do it, but like, the problem is now I don't have the time.
Right.
Now I'm just so embroiled with doing all my other things that I want to do and need to do and stuff. I just don't have the time to play 2B2T. I could maybe do it if I cut off hardcore and did something else.
Wow, that's fucking awesome. God damn. That's beautiful. Shit.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it'll make everybody who saw only the 5th video, or maybe only Sal C1's video, because I got Sal to make a video on everything that had happened. I was hoping that maybe that would motivate them. Everybody would get to see how crazy it's gotten, how dense.
Yeah, it's really dense, isn't it? There's buildings everywhere.
He's not showing pictures of the actual thing. He's just showing pictures of what it was on 2B2T. But, like, you know, obviously you guys have seen this place, so, you know.
And is this in single player or creative?
It's in single player with creative mode.
Ah, okay.
With world edit.
Also, yeah, sorry, I meant survival. Okay, yeah, it is creative. Cool.
Yeah. It's not. I don't think it'd be possible to build this in survival mode anymore.
Not with that.
I think it has gone. I think it has gone beyond the scope of that now.
Yeah,
you're looking at some 8 million blocks.
Bloody hell.
Like, I'm not even joking. Like, this is beyond the scope of what a person can do in survival.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Insofar as your ability to get items.
Yeah.
If you had a reliable way of getting quartz and obsidian that far out in the end, you could maybe do it. But as it is now, no. You can fund that, Frank? Oh, wow. I mean, good. But
still 1.12.2.
Your issue isn't so much funding as it is transport. Because you got to get all that shit out there. And you could use pearl transporting, I'm sure, but even that
gotta
is
make
so
a trail
bottleneck.
at some point.
Yeah, you gotta make a trail, right? That's such a bottleneck.
Yeah, but maybe in the future, if the server updates, things maybe die down. You know, the community seems like something more that you'd want to interact with, and it's not a definite no, right?
For now, it's a definite no, but if everything changed, we'll see.
Okay, well, fuck, I think we've pretty much gone through your story. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, I mean, I'm sure you're probably not allowed to say this, but I remembered that, like, FitMC used, like, your Space Valk 1 in, like, some merch. Like, did he pay you a lot of money for that?
Permission. He got my permission.
Do you get money
I got a
for
cut of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
I got a cut of it.
That's cool.
I got over $1,000. It was fine.
Oh, nice. Alright, sweet.
Yeah,
that was cool.
I was the only person who told him yes.
Oh, really? Who else did he ask?
Oh, just other bases in that general vicinity. There was some
Vicinity
I
of
think
time.
there was an attempt to get something Valkyria related. There was an attempt to get Shenandoah, I think.
Huh. I mean, that's not really a base that FitFags would recognize, though.
No, it really wouldn't. He was just trying to get famous bases, just in general.
Okay.
And then Housemaster later on in 2021 made his little amendment to the terms of service.
To say that they own the copyright of everything built on the server.
Yep. No having fun. No selling merch. No none of that.
That is crazy,
You can
actually, yeah.
Yeah. You can tell he was very rubbed the wrong way.
Well, by FitMC making merch like that, yeah.
Oh, well, he made money hand over fist.
Yeah, I'm fucking joking.
And well,
Out of all the 3 Space Valkyries, which were you kind of most upset about when they got griefed?
oh, definitely 2. Because I was really beginning to enjoy the way 2 was going. I wanted 1, but I got most of what I wanted to do on 1 finished before it was found. But I feel like 2 never got the chance to really meet its potential.
People don't know much about
and
two.
it just what could have been, you know? And it was all entirely because of interpersonal drama. It was just dumb bullshit. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, how have you developed your like build? Because obviously the transition from Space Valk 1 to Space Valk 3, it's stark, right? So how kind of is that just as time goes on you become better at building, or do you actively like? I mean, like, how much building do you do? Like, how do you get new ideas, and how do you become a better builder in your eyes?
Well, challenging yourself is a really good idea. If you feel like you're growing stagnant or you want to improve your building ability, you really need to like look at big scale projects that will test your time and patience.
Okay.
Something that you can look at and be proud of later. Challenge yourself to innovate and maybe, I don't know, look at other people's stuff for inspiration. That always helps me. Just don't stick to what you're used to doing, you know? Push your boundaries, challenge yourself. Like, I really can't give you any better advice than that, because I see so many people, they make the same thing. They build the same base 15 times, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Dawn Fuhrer, exactly. Like, it's okay. They do at least try to somewhat change Dawn Fuhrer, but maybe do a different style, you know?
Be more out
different
there.
block palette. When I did a interview, I did a large interview with god damn it, I'm blanking.
Anarchy
Crowbar.
Podcast? Doctor and the Pickles?
Crowbar.
I did an interview with Crowbar about
did you?
a month ago. Yes, you can see the videos of them on my channel.
Oh shit.
So I went onto the archive to get video footage for it all, because just the boring, you know, talking part wouldn't have been good enough on its own. And as I was touring around the archive looking at all of Crowbar's stuff, it struck me just how wildly different all of his big bases, all the bases on the archive that Crowbar has made, they are all different. They're not the same shit. They're not 5 variations of the same build. They're not, you know, like you said, Dawn Fuhrer. It's each one has its own identity, its own block palette. Each one does its own thing. It pushes its own boundaries. It's interesting. You go to these bases and you're not just blown away by how well laid out they are. You go, wow, this base tells a story. This base has a theme. This base is, whatever. And you just, I don't see that. That's not common. So I don't know. If you want to get good, you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone and do stuff you don't normally do. That's a really good way to grow at anything.
Yeah, really, yeah. Okay, I mean, on the topic of advice then, in modern day 2B2T, I know you don't play, but obviously you have plenty of experience on the server. What is one thing you can kind of recommend or you can say to new players so that they maximize their enjoyment of the server? Not so much that they're successful on the server, but they maximize their enjoyment.
Well, if you want to enjoy your time, because see, I don't want to say build something you'll be proud of. First of all, not everybody's a builder, but also nobody. A lot of comments I'll get would be something to the effect of, "Why would you build on a server where especially to this degree, when you know everything's just going to go belly up? Why would you do that?" And so a lot of people are of that mindset. Why put forth effort if you know it's just going to get destroyed? So if you want to maximize your enjoyment, but you're afraid of losing everything, because inevitably you will, maybe don't put so much emphasis on what you do or where you go. Put more emphasis on your experiences along the way. Document your own journey. Be your own storyteller of your story. Don't just be, a clout chaser, a PvPer. Don't try to go on and join this or that big building, whatever. Like, try your hand at many different things. Give yourself credit. Give yourself a chance to fail. Be, merciful on yourself. And just enjoy the ride. Don't go crazy. Don't get obsessed with it. Don't let personal or interpersonal drama or group drama or whatever, if you end up joining a group, don't let that shit bring you down. Just go with the flow. If you allow yourself to be carried, I mean, obviously you can pick what direction you're carried in, but if you let yourself get carried in such a way that you're not worried about where you end up, 9 times out of 10, you find you end up in a pretty decent spot. And that may not be the fame that you initially thought you'd find. It may not be, so-and-so's base or this or that group. That's okay. You are the best representation of your own story, more so than anyone else could ever be.
So, TLDR,
be yourself.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Right. Okay.
I mean, it's been said a billion times, and it's cliched as fuck, but it's true. And yeah, I just said it in a really fancy way.
Focus on the journey, not destination.
Yeah. Well, I will say, life is both a journey and a destination. You still need a destination to set out toward to start a journey. If you just have a journey with no destination and you've never set a destination, that's not a journey, that's just wandering aimlessly. That will never amount to anything. That will leave you dissatisfied. But if you have a journey and a destination in mind, yeah, you may come up short, but you'll still be going somewhere. You'll still have something at the end of that you can be proud of.
Set unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, setting unrealistic expectations are the downfall of so many. Just enjoy who you are. Enjoy whatever you get up to. Enjoy being. It's okay.
Okay, that's some solid advice. That's okay. All right, so I asked Jared this question, and I thought he gave a very interesting response. So I'm going to ask you as well. Do you have any regrets from your time on 2B2T?
Yeah, definitely getting to know a few of the people I got to know and letting them into my base. A lot of the members who would become Nerds Inc. people, or people who would at some point just sort of like get really upset that interpersonal drama got ahead. It's like, for example, with Kino Rana, he got mad that I let Alpha into our group. I don't know why. He never liked Alpha, and he let it get to him. And so I would probably just never have included Kinorana.
I mean, hindsight's 2020. So back then, how do you think you could have done better to filter out those people and kind of detect when people were going to be a bad addition to your circle?
I just wouldn't have taken Kinorana with me to the lands at the end of
Why
Space
did you?
Valkyria. Because he was cool, and I just thought, hey, he'll be fun. Yeah, he'll want to come along. He doesn't know that many people online. He'll be fun.
So you
It'll
think
be
you
fun
should
to
have been
have
more
around.
cautious with who you invited initially?
Probably.
Yeah.
With Brynillan, however, Brynillan invited himself, and I wasn't really like against him.
Should have
But then I didn't really know him deep down like I should have. I should have vetted him better before inviting him.
Right.
Because if you don't know anything about Brynillan, he's a bit of a creep.
In what way?
He's done some sleazy shit.
Right.
Not safe for work things that I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Like,
right.
actually, he has admitted to this, and that
Okay.
really kind of like torpedoed
strange
my. Oh, not. He's not the only person who's been that way. Online, maybe not. Maybe on 2B2T.
2B's full of
online.
those people. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you the question I ask most of my guests. One of my favorite questions. Do you think 2B2T has had a net positive or a net negative impact on your life overall?
Oh, definitely a net positive.
In what
Definitely
ways?
net positive. For starters, I set out way back when I joined to find a server that would challenge me, a server that would, make me enjoy the thrill of Minecraft, because I knew that Minecraft had been getting bored for me. Before I joined 2B2T and Casual Comfy Guys, all I played was just single player, and that was okay, but it wasn't what it should have been. It wasn't I wouldn't have kept playing Minecraft all these years had I not joined 2B2T. I would not have enjoyed playing Minecraft. And Minecraft has been an amazing creative outlet for me. And I can't imagine not having that.
Is there anything you can think of that like says perhaps, oh, this
That
kind of
compares?
this thing about 2B2T kind of had a negative impact on my life or something like that, or is it all positive?
I'm trying to think of what was truly a negative impact. Not really.
Nothing.
Because
That's
I was
good.
never really doxxed.
Yeah.
Nobody ever really bothered me.
You're mature enough to not spend
I
your
was
whole
mature
life
enough
on
to
the
keep
server.
them at bay.
Yeah.
I was mature enough to not let it get under my skin. I was already an adult when I found 2B2T. Like, literally, I was 22.
Ah, okay.
Like, I was way older than most of the people.
You're
I didn't know
32
that,
now.
but
Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Bloody
I'm
hell.
32, not 42.
I said 32. Don't worry.
Oh, I'm sorry. You clipped. Yeah, no, actually, I'm 33.
Wow. Okay.
I was about to turn 23 at that time, but yeah, no, I'm way older than most.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, most of the really ancient players who played, in 2011, 2012, they were just high schoolers.
Yeah.
They were young, dumb as shit, ignorant, foolish children. Like, I chalk up remember at the very beginning of the interview, I said all people really did was they would hurl insults at each other in chat, and they would spam. I'm 80% convinced that stemmed exclusively from the fact that they were just all young, dumb kids.
Sure.
And yeah, 4chan culture played into that, but that I'd been browsing 4chan since 2006.
Wow.
I'm just older and more mature and wiser just because I've been around. And I would like to hope that especially the older players who, everybody worships or thinks about, it's been 8, 9, 10 years in some cases since those people last played 2B2T. I would like to think they are in a completely different headspace. Their lives are different. They're not who they used to be. No one's who they used to be, I would hope, when they were a kid, a young, dumb high schooler, a teenager, none of that.
Yeah.
We all change. And that's the point. So, I don't know. At least for me, I haven't changed and grown very much just because I'd already done all that. You do kind of reach a point where you stop growing.
Sure.
But, yeah, it just, I don't know.
Do you think if you had joined
don't
2B2T as a 14-year-old, your life
Oh,
would have turned out
God,
differently?
I don't want to think about that. I know it would have. I know it would have, because I was impressionable. I was foolish when I was 14. I was stupid.
So let's say you have children one day, or maybe you already do. I don't know. And
no, I don't.
They come to an age where they want to play. They find FitMC videos and want to log on. Are you letting them?
Oh man, I hope it's gone by that point.
Yeah, most likely.
I hope there is no 2B2T by that point.
Let's
but if there is something like that, I mean, I would, especially in the modern day with the modern internet being what it is, I would immediately, the moment my children are old enough to read, I would be very careful with what they do and where they go online.
Right.
I would make sure they do not have, because like the internet when I was a teen, at a young child to a teen to when I was in my, when I was about 20. Those are three completely different internets.
Oh, for sure.
They're all totally different from the internet present today. And I'm sure by the time I do have kids, the internet of then won't be the internet of now.
Yeah.
It'll be a completely different internet even at that point.
Metaverse.
So who knows? Metaverse, yeah, possibly. I don't think Metaverse is going to succeed, but
No.
I'm just saying like the cultural attitude will have shifted drastically and we'll be in a different headspace. And that's just how it is. Nothing stays the same. As I said earlier, it only goes forward.
Tubi's always
changing. The arrow of time, yeah, everything's always changing. The arrow of time only goes forward. It never goes back. This is something I remember telling, who was it? It was either Bezo or Super on the Anarchy podcast years ago. I remember saying something to the effect of, when you join a thing and you start doing an activity, we get into this habit of believing that how it is when I first started doing it is how it should be.
Yes.
But that's not at all how life is. 100%. Life is constantly changing.
Yeah.
That is not at all how the world
so
works.
much.
That's what I think. That's the predominant driver of nostalgia. How many people want to go back to their childhood? Well, I think that's because you started out in this world when you were a kid. Your first impressions of the world when you were a kid is, first of all, highly ill-informed and highly, shrunk. You see the world through a very small lens. You don't understand anything. And you think that's how things should be. Because that's your first impression. But when you grow up, you gain more wisdom and experience and all that, and you actually can see the world for what it is. Yeah, things have changed. Technology's maybe gotten better. But that you can't honestly believe that the adults who were the adults reigning in power when you were a little child, that they didn't face the same problems you do. Got to make ends meet, got food on the table, find a job, find love, live, all that. You don't really think that this hasn't been, there have always been political strife among this or that nation. There's always been economic problems. Like, you don't think that's not been around since time immemorial?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You're just now stumbling upon it. You're just now being aware of it because you're old enough to actually get it now. But the dance is not new.
You think back to all the fucking awesome ruins in the cute community of 2012 and forget about the 0.5 TPS, the fucking toxic ass culture and general autism.
You forget about the stuff you were unable to even do. For example,
sprinting.
In 2012, when I joined, it was 1.1. Or no, it was 1.0. My bad. It was 1.0. Fresh, full release of Minecraft. There weren't even bow enchantments yet. There was no Swift Sneak. There was no Frost Walker. There was no Depth Strider, so swimming was a pain in the ass. There was no mechanical swimming, like in 1.13 and higher. So swimming is a pain in the ass. Enchantments were incredibly hard to come by. There were no god apples. You had no idea what was ahead of you. Your ability to run the game in a somewhat stable manner was almost non-existent. The game crashed every damn 5 minutes because of some bug that Mojang had yet to deal with. Server performance was always pathetically bad. And in 1.0 and in 1.1, one of the biggest changes had yet to happen, and that was the 1.2 height update increase. That's literally half the world that you would not have access to. And you wouldn't know any better.
Yeah. I'm so glad we
And
just
then-
had that conversation, because I'm literally editing a video talking about all of that shit and going into details.
Oh, yeah,
It's so
yeah.
interesting.
It's a big deal. It really is.
Sure,
Like,
because everyone has that. Like you said, you put it fucking perfectly. Where it's like everyone thinks that how it was when they started should be how it was now. But
oh yeah,
obviously-
all the people who've started playing Minecraft in the last 7 to 10 years after the 1.2 update. I mean, there are a lot of people who have nostalgia for alpha and beta and all that, and sure, fine, have at it. But every time I go back to an old version, even one that's only like 4 years out of date, I'm smacked in the face by all the things that I cannot do.
Yeah.
And that's stuff Mojang has added. Like, the most infuriating thing about old versions is the inability to run reliably. There was no run button before 1.7.
To double tap.
You had to double tap every goddamn time. And we got around that because hack clients had a bindable sprint function. That was a godsend. When I learned about hacking and hack clients, that was the first thing I did, was that I learned I could make a bindable, toggleable sprint, and that I could run reliably. That made the game infinitely more playable. In an era where we would have to wait until the end of 2013 for a run button to be viable. Mojang supported run. That's just insanity. That's the first thing you put in a game if you made that today.
Yeah,
And
I can't believe we didn't have a run
No.
button back then.
No run button. Not until 1.7.
Roast.
That's just weird. Like, who doesn't make a run button when you're coding player movement? That's the very first thing you do. Isn't that like a no-brainer? Like, hey, let's allow you to move faster than walking speed. Now, it took their asses way too long to get that in the game. I just, it blows my mind we went that long without a run button. But we somehow put up with it, so I don't know. Oh well.
Tinted glasses, man.
Oh, so much. I mean, I'll admit, I have nostalgia for a lot of things, but even then, I still can't ignore the fact that sometimes progress makes your life just that much better, and you take it for granted. There's so much in the world we take for granted. Holy shit.
Well fucking said. Yeah.
Yeah, so many Zoomers would die of boredom if they went back to the 90s. Because there's no internet. There's no phones.
There's no
You
Among
have
Us.
only the TV. You only have very, very low scale video games. You only
Primitive
have.
consoles.
You gotta go outside. And
You have
ride
to
a bike.
go outside. No. TV players.
And that's just not.
Yeah.
That is not at all what you would expect.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. That's life. And see, the best part, the icing on the cake for all of this is that all of the Zoomers are all not quite yet 20. So they're not. Honestly, I consider you an adult at about 20, 21, 22, 23, somewhere in there. That's realistically where you're more adultish than not.
Yeah. So you're
That's
literally
where you
calling
should
me
really
out here.
start.
I'm 18. I'm the target of this
I mean,
comparison.
I'm sorry. When you're 18, you're not enough of an adult.
Oh,
of
I
an adult
agree.
yet.
Yeah.
But the funny bit is, okay, and this won't hit you for another 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
Just depends, but it will hit you. You will realize that now, because for now, the Zoomers are the demographic. Everything is aimed at you.
We're the
You
main
are the talk of the
characters.
town.
Yeah.
You're the main characters of the world. Right, exactly. And in 5 to 10 years, you won't be.
Interesting.
And after that, it will be whatever I think they're called Generation Alpha or something. They're the next one. They're the little kids
The alpha
right now
males. Yeah.
who are not even in the double digits yet.
Right.
Those people. And those people will be in 10 years. They'll be in their teens. They'll be the main characters now. They'll be the dumbass teenagers posting on, and it won't be TikTok. It'll be whatever replaces it, because I guarantee you it'll be dead by that point. Something will come along. Because when I was a teen in high school, we worried about MySpace and Facebook. Facebook morphed into something otherworldly. It's no longer anything like what it was when I was a teen. And MySpace dropped off a fucking cliff. What replaced them? Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Okay, well, those are all kind of dying and falling off too, aren't they? Well, TikTok has now replaced them. Okay, well, do you think TikTok's going to be around and be a cultural force in 10 years? No. No. It'll be around as a platform. People will still put stuff on it. But the hip happening generation, the teens who are the trendsetters, the edgy ones, the people who are, you know, doing whatever. See, here's the thing. The Zoomers, for now, you're the rebels. You're the ones who get to sit there and then you get to take down the man. You get to be the ones who yell and scream and cry because you're young enough and you're allowed because you're not actually an adult. But at some point, and you won't know when, you won't see it coming, but at some point, you will become your parents. And you will simply go, when the hell did that happen?
Right.
How did this occur? I don't understand. What do you mean I'm not relevant anymore? What's this?
Are you projecting, bro?
Well, no. I'm not just projecting. I'm also predicting your future because that is exactly what every generation before you also encountered.
Yeah.
There is a hilarious, amazing Simpsons skit. It's let me see here, and it'll happen to you. Let me find it.
Frank just said I had this moment looking at my hairline this morning.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Frank.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Frank.
I hope you're not in the
Like,
Oh, hey, Digcast, how
That's
are you?
low.
Anyway,
I just
this
noticed you
clip
there.
right here,
Good
and it'll
heavens.
happen to you. And so I'll just go ahead and say what Abe Simpson tells his. This is Homer Simpson, by the way. This is him as a teen.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly it's in the 70s. So Homer's singing a hit song that was popular at that time. And Abe walks in the doorway and says, "What the hell are you doing?" And Homer just simply says, "You won't understand, old man." And he's like, "Oh, will I? Okay, well, I used to be with it." Because Homer says, "You're not with it, old man." And he says, "Oh, I used to be with it, all right. Oh, yeah, I was so with it. And then they went and changed what it was. And now what's it is weird and scary to me." And then in the darkness of the doorway, he just simply points at Homer and says, "And it'll happen to you."
Oh Lord.
Homer of course goes, "Oh, no way, old man. No, it'll never happen to me." And then it flashes forward 30 years, and Homer is bald, has kids, and he's singing that same song to himself in the mirror, but he's sad and depressed because he realizes all too well that it has indeed happened to him.
God damn.
So, you can be young. That's not a crime. You can be old. That's not a crime. You better hope you get there, because the only other option is to die young.
Oh, hey,
I
Frank.
started this interview thinking I'd hear about Pop Bob and Ichus, and now I'm having an existential crisis. Thanks, Jack.
Well, see, these are things that
That's
we've
awesome,
already
man.
tackled.
Are you still having that existential crisis, Dig? What about you, Frank? Y'all okay out there in TV land? Oh, man. Like, it's funny for me, even though I'm sure some people aren't quite necessarily laughing. But it's funny to me because, like, I'm already through this. Like, I'm already past that. Like, you'll probably find it funny eventually when you're, when you see someone younger than yourself also going through the same thing. Because that's life. Like, we all have that crisis of, oh, shit, I'm getting old. It was around 25 when I realized that time was my enemy. And that there just wasn't enough of it in the day. And that time keeps on slipping into the future. And, yeah, that is not changing. That is never going to stop. You'll get used to it or you won't. Ah, well. And it's so sad to think that young people are spending their best years playing video games and not having a life. I don't know that they're necessarily spending their best years. Like, I think that's a myth. I think any year you are alive is one of your best years if you let it. But also, yeah, you have greater freedom and greater ability when you're in your youth. That part's not wrong. But, I don't know. You have a choice. I guess. I feel as if you're fooling us about my age. I'm actually 10. What? What makes you think I'm 10? Is it bad that your girlfriend knows who Jake the Snake is? Only if she is not, like, aware of who Jake the Snake was. Like, if she knows the name, but doesn't know what he's done, yeah, that might be bad. But, like, if she's aware of who he was, that should be fine. Like, so long as she isn't going to fall prey to him, that's whatever. It's always good to know who the bad people are. But, I don't think she should be so involved in 2B2T, you know, history or 2B2T drama. Maybe don't let her be involved in that, but I don't know. That's entirely subjective. Young people spending their best years watching Jack streams. There aren't that many of you. I'm not worried about young people spending their time doing anything. I'm still playing Minecraft? Yeah, but that's because I've been addicted to it since, like, 2010. I can't quit. I enjoy it too much. I mean, XCC2 and Crowbar started about the same time. A little bit after me. Look at them. They're in their 50s. Like, that's just how it is. Some people are hopelessly addicted. And it's too fun. You know, I enjoy it too much to worry about, oh no, I'm wasting my time on it. Like, nah, just enjoy yourself. Don't worry so much about that. She knows about J-Balls, 1-4, Bocce, Office, IHOP, all because of you. Oh my god. Well, maybe she won't be so messed up. I don't know. Found a picture of your grandpa when he was 18. Shows a picture of someone playing video games. I mean, that's just life. There's never going to be a time moving forward where people aren't going to be playing video games. Say what you will about it. People playing video games is just going to be normal from now on. So, like it or hate it or whatever, that's not going away. Man, I can't imagine a 57-year-old playing Minecraft. Your dad barely knows what a video game is. Yeah, but what about when you are the 57-year-old, Luca? Then everybody will be your age or a little bit older or dead. And that's it. And there's not much else you could say about it, really. Yeah, it's going to be a little weird. Maybe. But that's only because you'll be seeing it from your younger self's perspective. But, like, all the people who will be, 10, 15, whatever years old, they're just going to see that as normal. Because to them, it will be normal. Not playing video games will be weird. How about that? So, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I wouldn't worry so much about it. People are going to, people play ball and have played balls for millennia. People are probably going to keep playing video games for just as long. I wouldn't be shocked if people still have fun. You know what I mean? They still do, well, things of that nature. Like, I can't see the world changing so badly that people give up video games and stuff. Like, that's just going to be life going forward. And that attitude of, oh, well, old people shouldn't do that because my grandfather didn't hardly know what an iPhone was. Well, yeah, that may be the case, but, like, one day you will be that age, and everything that will come after you will take its place as, I don't know, whatever's going to take the place of video games and technology, and who the fuck knows? Can't imagine a 57-year-old you playing Minecraft, but not a 57... You can't imagine yourself being 57, but not a 57 who lives in the current day. They exist, man. I'm sorry. They are real. They are very real, Luca. You can think of it as strange all you like. That isn't gonna stop it. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you'll either accept it or you won't. At this point, things are what they are. Oh well. Just hope Lady Agnes is not anymore. If you live 57, still playing Minecraft. I mean, it shouldn't be a bad thing that she's like 57 or whatever. Whenever she gets to that age and she's playing Minecraft, like, I can't see that being the worst thing ever. Okay. So at any rate, I think we're pretty well done with the digcast. Yeah, we got 10 minutes left.
I don't really care about this because this is kiddie shit. This isn't even like that special in the grand scheme of things, because literally thousands of generations have passed before us that have again had to basically do, think, and feel the same thing.
Yeah.
This is not unique. The things that you will face that are unique are something that only you'll be able to figure it out, but it'll only affect you. It'll be a personal crisis, and I can't tell you what that'll look like. Only you will figure it out in time. You'll experience whatever you experience in the course of your life.
Well.
But the thing of it is, the value of things like this, yes, it's an existential crisis, but see, here's the thing. You cut your teeth on small problems, small issues. You get yourself used to the psychological shock of what seems like a big insurmountable problem, and you get used to it little by little. And that when you do encounter these big, earth-shattering but personal experiences, things that other people may not necessarily be able to give you any advice on because they're just not going through that, or they've never gone through that, and they don't know what you're going through, and they may never know what you're going through. This helps you to get a little bit of grounding and a little bit of stability so that when the hurricane comes through your life, you don't get blown over. A little bit of resistance and a little bit of pain on the front end, but in a manageable amount, can be insurmountably useful on the back end when you are maybe all alone. That's why these things are good. So yeah, you don't want to have the psychological poison of, oh my god, one day I'll be irrelevant. But that there's going to be a lot of your life after that. In fact, the majority of your life will be after that. And you got to live that life. Because as I said, the only other option is to die young.
And then I won't be able to play 2B.
Right, exactly. You don't want that. So, handle the small things now. Learn to deal with the small bits now, so that the bigger problems don't seem so bad later on.
I see.
And so that's the value of seeing pain and suffering like that. There's realistically nothing you can do to change it. You know, this is as much a law of the universe as gravity or ultraviolet radiation or any of that. Like, this is just how things are. But that, it'll be okay.
Life's life.
Yeah, life is life, exactly.
I mean, it's fucking sick. Like, it's the best thing that's ever happened, so, you know.
Yeah, who knows?
So far. Okay, well, fucking hell. We're currently at 3 hours and 10 minutes. We'll do an outro in a minute, but let's just quick fire through these Patreon questions. There's not that many of them, so obviously if you didn't know Digcast is a Patreon, we let them ask questions to the guests, because they know in advance who they are. We've only got 4 right now, so this one's from Franknificent. Right, oh actually, hold on, let me just timestamp this real quick. Yep. This one's from Franknificent saying, what would your strategy be if you had to fight an angry silverback gorilla in a cage match and no weapons are allowed, just bare fists, no pun intended?
For most animals that are about human size, you go for the eyes. If it's angry. If you have to fight this thing, God, that'd be horrible. First of all, these things are super strong and would snap you like a twig. So you need to realistically stay out of its range of reach, but still also be able to damage it. So maybe try to get it to swing at you, and then if you're quick enough, you can maybe get it in an arm lock or like break its arm. Because its bones, while they are denser than human bones, you can still damage it enough to where he won't be able to like hurt you as much. Basically, you just want to incapacitate it so that it can't damage you. Hopefully you don't have to kill it, just knock it out or something. And if you're really lucky, if you're really good, you can maybe even get it in a chokehold. Then you can make the fucker pass out, and then it's
I don't know about a silverback gorilla in a chokehold.
I'm not saying it's going to be easy, and I'm not saying you would want to do it, but you also don't have a choice. You're in a cage match. So either it fucks you up, and it's not going to go easy on you, because it's a gorilla, it's a monster. It doesn't care about your feelings. But you can humanely, if you're good enough, you can humanely knock it out. Hopefully, again, you don't have to kill it.
Well, once he knocks it out, that's your choice.
Once you knock it out, hopefully that's the end of the fight, but I don't know.
Okay, right. That's interesting answer. That's actually insightful. Okay. This one's coming from Super G Not.
Okay.
Just gonna pretense this with naughty words get bleeped out, so don't be scared to say. What is the full name of the lands?
Oh, the lands of Norse and
that one, yes. Okay. Coming from Omion saying, when is Space Valk 6 getting released?
Well, currently we face a global climate crisis, and that right there is preventing anybody from launching new shit into space. So, I mean, until we can tackle the global climate change crisis, like I can't help you on Space Valk 6. Maybe in the year 2020.
We need to get Greta Thunberg on board to fucking fix the planet.
Greta Thunberg. Yeah, exactly. She might be able to help, but not before 2020.
That's a big red pill. Okay. And the last one coming from Calico, asking, what is your favorite form of? Oh, sorry. What is your favorite marine life form?
Ooh.
There's a few
1.13 has 1.13 actually really genuinely red pilled me on dolphins. Dolphins are really actually fucking cool. They're actually surprisingly useful in Minecraft if you know how to like make use of them. And they're actually really cool. They're really intelligent animals. They're like the third or fourth smartest animal in existence behind humans. And they're just really cute and playful most of the time. Okay. In Minecraft, you can do something really cool with a dolphin that I bet you didn't think about. So as you know, if you swim around a dolphin, it gives you Dolphin's Grace. Dolphin's Grace basically is like you're speed hacking underwater. Okay. It's super fast swimming.
I didn't know this, but yeah.
Unbelievably quick swim speed. So what you can do is you can have an elytra on your back. And have you ever gone into a water pool or a water body in elytra fly mode?
Yeah.
And you're sort of like swimming, but you're actually like in elytra fly mode. Okay. You can both be in elytra fly mode and legitimately swim in 1.13.
Oh, you can literally be a dolphin.
And with Dolphin's Grace, you can fly out of water. That's because sick. The elytra catches you, and you can swim so fast that when you crest the surface of the water, you still got all that momentum, and that carries your elytra up, and you can catch like 50 blocks of air without the use of a rocket.
That's sick.
And then, if you're even more of an animal cruelty enthusiast, you can leash one of these fuckers and trail it behind you through the body of water, perpetually refreshing your Dolphin's Grace.
Oh my God.
And then you can crest out over the water with the dolphin on a leash, trailing behind you. And if you do it just right, the lead will not snap, and you can make this dolphin fly.
Holy fuck. That's why I'm excited for fucking 2B out, because like Hackline developers will have a fucking like whirl with all this like these mechanics and shit. Like,
yeah.
There's so
like
many
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy style flying.
Yeah, that's
the
so
only problem
good.
is if the lead snaps, the way the dolphin is doomed.
Well, I reckon that can be easily circumvented with a client. You can just make it so that
maybe I don't know.
Fast enough or something. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah. Okay, dolphins then.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's the Patreon questions, and therefore we're fucking done. Oh wait, do you want to just log back in for the outro?
Oh my God.
Both in frame.
This fucking thing. I've been tabbed out doing stuff all day.
No worries. Yeah. So yeah, Jack, it's been a fucking pleasure to have you on. This has been, this has been the longest interview we've done on the channel. So that's fucking awesome, and I've genuinely enjoyed basically every second of it. You've dropped some fucking sick red pills, some really cool 2B2T lore, as well as some IRL lore, which I wasn't expecting. Yeah, overall it's been fucking sick. So yeah, anything you want to shout out before we leave?
Oh God. Just check out my YouTube channel. I will. You can post it in the description. I've got we've got a Discord you can join. I've got a TikTok now that I post a lot of my YouTube shorts on. On YouTube Shorts, I've been trying to show off how to make Space Valkyria,
but if you want some building tutorials.
instead of making it Space Valkyria as it has been known, I'm just using the principles of these designs to make a completely different Space Valkyria, but that it will look like the final product. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same design philosophy. I can teach you how to do that if you want to make your own on your own world or something like that. So yeah.
Check out his videos. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, as always, boys. I mean, fucking hell. If you made it to the end of this interview, drop a comment letting me know, because that is fucking dedication. That's impressive. 3
well, good
hours.
on you guys.
Yeah, fucking GG. Welcome
yeah.
to the 1% club. But yeah, boys, feel free to drop a sub. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs. It'll be cool. We've been
like,
fucking.
favorite and subscribe.
Sorry.
Fuckers.
Yes, do it
like,
now.
favorite, and subscribe.
Exactly. Like favorite. The fuck is a favorite?
Oh my god, that was an old mantra from early days of YouTube where
Oh really?
people were encouraged to favorite in their bookmarks.
Oh my god.
They don't do that anymore, obviously, but
Yeah.
I'm just
Actually, no. Fuck you. Everyone bookmark the Digcast in their browser tabs, so it's there
yeah,
forever.
do it.
Oh.
And yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thanks, Jack, for coming on, and I'll I guess
Okay.
see you in a couple of weeks or something. So yeah, take care.
Okay, yeah.
God, that was fun. Well, at any rate, everybody, yeah, go give the Digcast some love. Man, that was interesting. I enjoy getting to Il Mango. What about Il Mango? Guys, please vote. You think Jack Choose would hold choke hold an angry silverback gorilla? I don't think I could. I would only give it a try because in this hypothetical, I don't have a choice. So if I could maybe get away from it, maybe. We'll see. It's the whole situation's like fucked. There's no like good scenario to this. Like if you end up in a silverback gorilla cage match, you're done. Like we all know. Ooh, wait, actually. I can put them like this. Oh shit. I forgot I had that up so high. Sorry, everyone. Now then. So yeah, you're shocked when you heard this part of the interview. I was like, favorites aren't around anymore. No, they're not. That's just, I'm old. I'm so used to hearing people say that. I've not favorited anything in a very long time. There we go. Which, you know. Motherfucker, I just cannot. Okay. Well, so much for that. Okay. I'm trying to sort of set up like a little bar break area. Oh, damn it. Okay. Put that there. Okay, we're good on that. Oh no, did I get rid of all my invisible frames? Yes. I don't have a way to get it back. Shit. What is it? It's invisible. Was true? No, that wasn't it. I'm just gonna have to look it up again. Okay. There we have it. Man, invisible item frames are so cool. Why is this not a standard survival mode thing? Like, I hate that Mojang keeps stuff back from us like this. Like, actual cool, interesting ideas. Little things like this that could, like, be of value. You know what I mean? Oh well, I guess we'll never know. Okay, and then so we got a microwave, a little dispenser of some kind. I don't really know. I should probably look up more like lived in type stuff. Organic looking. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Shit that you would want to... Fuck, my brain is burnt, guys. I'm so sorry. I cannot think. You wait, the Sato 86 versus Jacktherippa IRL rematch. IRL? What do you mean IRL? I'm not fucking fighting anyone IRL. What are you, insane? Invisibility potion item frame. Yeah, that would be cool. But then it would be limited, though. You would only have it invisible for the time the potion lasts. It wouldn't be permanent. So what would be the point? Jack and Alpha go to Vikings game? Oh no, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do a football game. I don't want to do a hockey game. I don't want to do any of that. Sorry, no. Invisibility potion on Cauldron, then you right click with an item frame and you get, yeah, that would be cool. That would be nice. If it were permanent, yes. That would be a tremendous step up from just regular item frames. But I don't think we're ever going to get something like that, so. Ah, well. Okay. Other than that, I'm kind of beat right now, I'm not going to lie. I don't even remember what I was trying to say earlier. Oh my god, I hate feeling this way. Anyway, make it permanent, why not? When are you going to do a children's hospital? What? When are you going to a children's hospital to kill new friends at spawn? That's so mean. Never. I'm never going to do that again, sorry. Do you think Clint Eastwood at his current age could still beat up Jake the Snake? No, sadly I don't. Clint Eastwood at his current age is just... Well, you know, we all get that way. I'll never forget seeing Muhammad Ali at that age. Right before Muhammad Ali passed away. He was in a wheelchair. He was fucking Muhammad Ali. He was like the greatest fighter ever known. And even he was doomed, I guess, for lack of a better word. Doomed to die of old age. And yeah, that's how it is. We all end up there. But, you know, it's okay. We all make our peace with it, one way or another. Could be worse. You know, at least Muhammad Ali was able to be the world's strongest fighter for a while, or boxer for a while. Better to have and better to love and lost than to have never loved at all. But yeah, we all gotta come to terms with it sooner or later. Could be worse. I'm sure at some point we'll all have someone say that about us. Now then, didn't he say something, say he did woodworking? Who, what's his name? Clint Eastwood? In his prime, Bruce Lee at 25 versus 25 Jake, oh well, Bruce Lee, obviously. That's not even like a contest, dude. Bruce Lee was like amazing in his prime. I'm so sad that he was killed by the who was that? The Triad? The Chinese Mafia? Whoever the fuck they were. Mike is also in a wheelchair now. Man. That's life. Everybody lives, and then one day you're not so hot anymore. I feel bad for people having that, well, I feel bad more for the people who don't get it, I guess. The people who are like, they're cocky hotshots and they don't realize that death comes for everyone. And, yeah. Oh well. At least I had fun. That's all I can say. Okay, now for this last little bit here, I want to make a little garden-looking area. Better to burn out in glory than fade away. I don't know, is it? Like, I can't really say that that's necessarily better. Because see, then you'll always wonder what could have been. If you burned out in glory, so like Bruce Lee dying at, you know, his prime. Obviously he was murdered. But like, you always have to go, yeah, but what if he had another 10 years? I don't know, I can't get behind that idea. I don't universally think it's better to have died out in a blaze of glory. Down in a blaze of glory. I just don't think so. Maybe to a degree, you would wish for that. But only if you are ailing. But if you did go down in a blaze of glory and die really young, that in your last moments you wouldn't regret it and go, damn, I wish I had had 10 more years, 15 more years, you know, whatever. Who knows? Who knows? It's funny because Spain and France don't like each other the most, and Elrich dislikes the French people unironically. Wow. Elrich MC, is he a racist? I'm kidding, I don't really give a shit. Well, no. In all honesty, though, like, those tensions have existed for well over 1,000 years now. It's not really that special. You'll either learn to accept that other people from other nationalities exist, or you won't. Like, there's no changing that. That's always going to be an element of human civilization. You're always going to have people who don't like so-and-so, or I don't like the Germans, I don't like the French, I don't like the whatever. You kind of just learn to live with that. People are just how they are. You either learn to live with people's proclivities or you won't. Oh well. And the cage slowly fills up with peanut butter. What? Prime Muhammad Ali versus 45 Jakes in a cage match. Man, that would be something. I would definitely want to see Muhammad Ali in his prime again. I don't know if that's ever going to be possible. Maybe in like some sort of weird, you know, AI generated whatever. Don't you kind of dislike French people except for Super Jean Not? Not really, because I don't have any experience with the French and I don't really care. The French people aren't on my mind. Like, people like Jean Not are whatever. I'm not losing sleep over the fact that the French people exist. Like, I'm not worried about it. He just doesn't like them because they won on a UHC game. Oh, really? Okay. Whatever. That's weird, but sure. To each their own. School had a presentation on Denmark today, but apparently they have super high taxes, but the quality of life is amazing. Ah. Cool. Good for them. Rocky versus Van Damme. Oh, wow. Yeah, Stallone and Jean-Claude Van Damme in his prime. Yeah, that would be something, too. Oh, wait. No. I want to do something slightly different for this pillar. Do you think you could beat up Dwayne Johnson? No. No, I really don't. And I really don't want to try. Why did I stop posting my favorite Simpsons clips? I just ran out of clips to post. That channel that I was getting them all on, he hasn't uploaded anything in like a year. Or close to a year. And so I was just like, you know what? I've kind of seen all these. Like, whatever. And eventually I figured people stopped caring anyway. So it's whatever. Maybe eventually I'll get back into it. Who knows? Oh, that went straight through the ceiling. Fuck it. I'll keep it as is. Okay. Oh man, this is a big room. So I wanted to kind of keep these as like desks, or like maybe not reception, but more of a, these two people must be important, but this is also something of a break room. I don't know. And then up here, I don't have anything up here quite yet. I should maybe put more decoration up this high. I don't know, would you really see it? Because like you only can go up the tube, and that's it. The tube. And then you zoom up here, and that's it for this. And then the rest of this has to be like offices, you know? And then I kind of want to make a penthouse office for like the big CEO type person. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, I think that'll do it for this evening. Oh man. Man, the Digcast, like, that was wild, wasn't it? How could you ran out of clips something at 75 seasons? Because like 80% of The Simpsons is garbage. That's how you run out of clips. Because at a certain point, Poncho, you stop having good episodes to clip from. Strategy if you had to fight the alien from the Alien franchise. Oh my fuck. I don't know. That thing is so spiny and sharp. Not to mention the acid blood. God, I'd have to mull that one over, Frank. Ask me tomorrow. I'll see what I can come up with. But at any rate, guys, fight a black hole in a cage. You can't. You would die. But yeah, so anyway, thank you all so much for coming out and giving me a moment of your time. Thank you all to those who have donated in the past, and thank you all to those who are currently subscribed. If you haven't, subscribe and follow me on Twitter and TikTok and join our Discord down below. And I will catch you all for more Space Valk building. And tomorrow we, of course, have Hardcore. And all that switched to live chat. Ah, shit. Well, it's too late to do that now. The stream's over, mate. But yeah, can you Google the Asgard 2 drawing and label all the members? Oh, yeah, I'll do that. Let me see that. Asgard 2 drawing. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah. Asgard 2 on the 2BTT wiki. If I recall, Judge Holden drew this. Yeah, this is Judge's art style. Let me, okay. Ooh. You know, I don't recognize but maybe half of them. So I recognize Tristan, Spartan 512. So actually, okay, so let's go from left to right. One of them was... Yeah, fuck, I don't remember him. Coconut, I think it was what it was. He was like... He's not Joey Coconut, he's a different Coconut. Coconut was like a weirdo. The two head-headed people I don't recognize. That's Victor 96. Fit is right above the guy who's stone. Then James Russell's is right next to Fit. I don't recognize who's behind them. Pyro is, of course, in white. I want to say this was Henry beneath Pyro. And then Zarviar is next to Judge Holden, who is next to me. And then Exodus is next to him. I think that was Exodus. Henry's the slime behind Zarviar. Never mind, I was wrong. Who else was there? What was it? Hayor. Hayor is in the very back. He looks like the Praise the Sun guy from Dark Souls. Sato is next to me and next to Exodus. And then you got Spartan 512, who is the Rainbow Dash pony. And then Tristan's beside him. And that's really all I recognize. I can't tell you who else there is there, but at any rate, guys, thank you all so much. You have an exam to fail tomorrow. Good luck on your exam, Luca. I'm sorry you gotta fail it. Next stream has 99% less digcast. Yes, that is unfortunately the truth. But at any rate, y'all have a good one. Hey, Cool Chicken, thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out, Jayhawk. Y'all have a good one. Bye. Yeah, what Ixoy said. Sub, like, share, clip, save, hit the bell icon, bookmark it. Tell your grandmother, I don't care. Good night, everyone.